Hi guys, I've seen a few questions on some of the Facebook groups about what antennas to use and the difference between a whip aerial or rubber duck, whatever you want to call it, just the dipole, the straight antenna, and other ones like the circular polarized, the crosshair, the helical. You know, there's lots to choose from. I'm just going to give you a little explanation to the ones that I use and why I use them. So for the vast majority of the time I will use a circular polarized cat antenna. It gives the best omnidirectional range, so it has the same amount of gain in every direction around the antenna apart from directly out the top and bottom. So it's like a donut, the shape that you see. Shut up, cat. So you have this donut out. It's not a massive amount of gain. I have an example. This is a TBS Triumph antenna, and it is 1.26 dB of gain. So not a great amount, but this has a really good axial ratio, so it's really good at only receiving the right signal, if that makes any sense. You know, there can be lots of other signals and it will tune into the signal you're using easier. You can get other ones. There's just a generic circular polarized one there. It can be in this little case like this. Shut up, cat. Or like on my tiny whoop, it can be completely exposed. So this is again another right-hand circular polarized antenna. So that's the main one I use. And if you have a diversity set up, this is a good little one for when you're close to the drone. Whenever it's near you, you're almost certainly going to be using this antenna, and it offers really good. You know, you don't have to worry about staying in a certain channel. When you move to the other one that I use, which is this one, it's a VAS antenna by IB Crazy. It's the crosshair. So you can see if I go right in, hopefully you can see it in there. Get it right inside there. There is a really small little cross. So it's the crosshair antenna. Now this has got a huge amount of gain, but it's directional. So, you know, if this is your transmitting plane, and this is right-hand circular polarized as well, so they match. I could be flying this and receiving on this, and if I was flying here in front of it, not a problem at all. If I was flying here, I'd only have the reflected signal off of objects like the walls and stuff, which isn't great. So, you know, it's quite directional, which is why it's good to have two antennas. Now, to give you an idea of how directional it is, there's a bit of a bad drawing. So if you imagine that's your aerial there, that's how your beam goes out. So if you're looking at it on the side, you'll go up and down. In this area here, in those two areas, you're going to get 7 dBs, I think 7 dBs of gain. So you're still getting a lot more than this, but you have to stay in that window. Now if you go in this window here, this area and this bit here, that's 10 dB of gain. So it's even better, so you get a massive amount of distance. And don't forget, dB is an exponential range, so 10 dB isn't twice what 5 dB is. So yeah, this will do about 4 times the range of this in this area here. But in this area here, you're not going to get 4 times, you're going to get reduced, but still more than this. In this area here and behind it, you're going to get pretty much nothing. And this also works for that way, if you like, for out in front of you. Directly in front of you, you get this 10 dB area, and then to the sides, you get your reduced bit. I believe it's 7 dB in that area. So, it gives you an idea. If you could have a diversity setup, then you can have both of these antennas onto 2 different receivers, and it picks the best signal. That's brilliant, because you've got your long range and you can point this wherever you're going to do the majority of your range flying. Then have this also connected, so when you come into land, you can be using this one and you can come in round behind you or something like that. You don't have to worry. So that's what I'm going to use. Those are the two antennas I use. Hopefully that's made it a bit clearer for people. Cheers. So those are the two antennas that I use. I like to use the TVS Triumph. I have that on my quad for transmitting. The other cat now, shut up. Shh. So I have this on my quad for transmitting. I also have one on my goggles for receiving, and this one as well, so that I can kind of point where I'm flying, get my long range, and then whenever I fall out of the range of that, I can fall back on this one for the close-up stuff. So I hope that helps, clears it up a bit for everyone. There'll be, I don't know what side of me it'll be on, there'll be like a little picture of me for subscribe, and there should be some more videos from a playlist if you want to have a look at some other stuff I've done. Okay, cheers guys.